Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome in a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. We are starting a beautiful show with an elephant drinking here at Ndlovu Dam. It is amazing. Look, the elephant using the trunk. That is a function of a trunk. It is magic right here from myself, Rexon, and Panda behind the camera. I mean, BK behind the camera. We are having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment starting off our show. Starting our show here, it is unbelievable. Apology there, my head is spinning quite a lot, reminding one of our colleagues, Panda, which is not around. We have BK here. It is really beautiful. You look, all these head that are so much relaxed. This is the behavior of a breeding herd of a elephant in most cases when they gather around the water. What they do, they come being silent and able to drink, so gentle and able to accommodate the youngster within the elders. You can see there's a youngster in between the adult. Is how actually also security around the water elephant they gave from the youngster. We know that elephant is one of the species that highly care about the youngster. Elephant coming uh, behind the dam wall, and we can see buffalo coming from the left. Let's see this behavior of a buffalo and the elephant. In most cases, I know that the young males they like to interact with buffalo sometimes. It will be very interesting to see this kind of interaction between the standoff there in between. Check there. You know that the elephant is a lot more powerful. It can kill a buffalo. But young males, they tend to be much more inquisitive. Elephant, if they're still young, especially if they don't have old bull to teach how to behave, they interact with the species. They try. We know that we have a great history or research of elephant that happened in South Africa called a small reserve called Pilanesberg. It could be huge, but it's an area where all the animals are relocated inside that reserve. We have find lots of research that if elephant you put them as young male in the area of certain old males, they will interact with the other species. They will start to go even in dams that they try to mate with the hippo or try if hippo comes hyena comes down, they will try to do that because they need a male that old male that transfers skills. Once you get the male involved transferring all the skills, they stop that kind of a behavior. So it's more like an elephant that do have that adolescent stage, similar as human being. If a young boy gets to that stage, he thinks like he's stronger and bigger, anything, he doesn't listen. Exactly the same with an elephant. It needs an old male altogether. That's the reason in a breeding herd of elephant, they kick them out once they get to that age of 14, 16, 15, 18. They go and join so-called bachelor boys because it's where they can transfer skills.
Come on, little Ellie. Come out into the road. Ah, such a good flick of the grass to try and get all that dirt off. It's a fairly young elephant calf. The rest of the herd has moved deep into the thicket, so this is actually the only little one we can see at the moment with a little bit of potentially mom behind. But this little one is definitely entertaining to watch with that trunk. Doing pretty well considering how young it is. I want you to have a listen while we watch and wait for this one to come out into the road. It's just a matter of time until it does. But have a listen to all of the sounds of the elephants feeding around us. Some of the very, very big animals. Now we've got a very interesting situation playing out in front of us. Even the oxpeckers are nervous. It just so happens that the rhino lying down is a female, the one standing up is a male. And he's getting very grumpy because there's another rhino that keeps trying to come closer, and he's trying to chase it away. There's the other one. He's being very, very protective of that female, so I'm wondering if she's coming into estrus. He keeps chasing this sub-adult. You can see very slow, cautious approach. I wonder if he's going to tolerate this younger one. He hasn't so far. Oh, he's tolerating, he's lying down. Wow. Okay, so the tension is over for now. That is fascinating. Now, usually when a male is becoming protective of a female, he can get quite grumpy. And we noticed that as soon as we spotted them. He got quite grumpy quite quickly, and it's because any noise around him is feeling protective. So we gave them the space. We're parked at quite a distance, and we're just watching it unfold. And he's been quite intolerant of that poor rhino standing up.
So at Buffelshoek Dam at the moment we have a beautiful pile of sausages. Some hippos all chilling. Now on a day like this where though there is some sun, but the air is actually quite cool, and you can see, or you did see earlier, that some cloud cover was coming through. This is the time that hippos would love to be on the edge, collecting some sun, keeping nice and warm. There are still some hippos in the water, and they have to be careful to make sure that that thin epidermis, the layer of skin that's closest to the environment, the outer layer, they have to make sure that it doesn't get dry and desiccated, just means dehydrated. So they would have done a thorough assessment, making sure that it'll be fine for their skin. I think that hippo agrees with me. They did a thorough check. Now what I love about seeing hippos out of the water like this is you get a really good idea of how large, you can see they're really large bodies. Maybe you didn't hear the little grunts that the hippos were putting out there, but maybe they'll do it again and we'll get to hear it. Hey, the lions were not far from Buffelshoek Dam at all. Here they are. I believe they're looking much more deflated than they did this morning. Gotten a chance to digest whatever they managed to get their paws on last night. And maybe they might not move this evening. Everyone is here. It's the Talamati Breakaways. Yeah, I think everyone is here. It's such a great thing to end off our safari with a high-profile sighting like this, because in the morning we can follow up and we know where to start. But it is time to say goodbye. Now thank you for spending all this time with us, for your questions and your comments, for your viewership. It's been a pleasure as usual to come to you live from the African bush. Thank you, good night, and goodbye for now.